Pink Floyd isn't just a band. It's an era, a sound, and a legacy that shaped the very fabric of rock music. With their visionary albums, deep lyrical themes, and unmatched soundscapes, they've transcended generations. Among the key architects of this sonic revolution is David Gilmour, the band's legendary guitarist and vocalist. His playing style is more than just technical brilliance. It's emotional storytelling through 6 strings. Over the years, Gilmour has quietly shaped the band's most memorable tracks, leaving a profound imprint on rock history. But what happens when the legend himself reveals his favorite Pink Floyd songs? What tracks mean the most to him, not just musically, but personally? Today, we take you deep into Gilmour's heart and mind, unpacking the songs he holds closest. From soul-stirring solos to haunting tributes, this journey into his favorites will make you hear Pink Floyd like never before.
Some glass and stuff over the wall, and we stopped and had a look, and thought it looked lovely. And a couple of weeks later, in the dentist's dressing room, I opened Country Life, and there it was for sale.
Pink Floyd stands as a monolith in the world of music. From the earliest days of psychedelic experimentation to the height of progressive rock, they redefined what a rock band could sound like. Their 15 studio albums aren't just records, they're experiences, each layered with meaning, emotion, and technical mastery. Albums like The Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall didn't just sell millions, they became part of the cultural DNA. And yet, trying to pick their best work feels almost impossible. Each song is a thread in a vast, intricate web. But within this enormous body of work, one man has quietly helped shape it all: David Gilmour. His melodic sensibilities and emotional playing gave Pink Floyd its beating heart. And while the band's entire discography is revered, some songs, according to Gilmour himself, rise above the rest, carrying personal weight and emotional depth that even fans might not fully realize.
Been trying to match some feel that was in that demo, and said we just, you just have to compromise and hear what it is, but it's always something.
To understand Gilmour's favorites, you have to know where it all started. Pink Floyd was born in 1965 with Syd Barrett, Roger Waters, Richard Wright, and Nick Mason. Early on, their music was a wild, trippy blend of psychedelia, a product of the counterculture. Barrett's influence was undeniable, but his mental health struggles soon caused instability. That's when David Gilmour entered the picture in 1967. Initially brought in to support Barrett, Gilmour eventually replaced him entirely. It was a pivotal moment. The band's sound began to mature, shifting toward more structured and philosophical compositions. Gilmour's arrival didn't just add another guitarist, it altered the band's entire trajectory. He brought depth, balance, and a sonic elegance that complemented Waters' conceptual storytelling. From that point on, Pink Floyd began producing the iconic albums we know today. Gilmour didn't just step in, he stepped up, becoming the soul of the band's evolving sound.
Well, that's true. I mean, and that's why I love Pro Tools so much. You do make your demo on there, and elements that you have originally recorded, you can always use right through to the very end, and that's brilliant.
David Gilmour isn't your typical guitar god. He doesn't rely on speed or flashy technique. His magic lies in tone, phrasing, and emotion. His solos feel like conversations. Every bend, every note says something. This emotive style became a defining feature of Pink Floyd's music. Beyond guitar, Gilmour's vocals and songwriting shaped much of the band's identity. While Roger Waters often steered the lyrical direction, Gilmour was the musical glue holding it all together. His ability to create soaring yet intimate melodies made songs like Comfortably Numb and Shine on You Crazy Diamond timeless. Many fans associate his solos with moments of deep personal reflection. And that's no accident. Gilmour has always approached music as a form of expression rather than performance. It's no wonder that when he names his favorite tracks, they're not just technically impressive, they're emotionally resonant. These are songs that mean something to him and to all of us.
Well, no, it's, it was just sitting there. It was on top of a pile of other pieces of paper. God knows what's on them, but and it just, I literally picked a piece of paper up, plugged the mic in, and sang it, and it just had so much potential to it immediately. It's still that same guy. I don't think my voice has changed that much. In the very, very early years, I think I tried to make it a little thinner, and I didn't want to be a big, powerful voice for a lot of the things we did.
In a rare 2006 interview with Billboard, David Gilmour opened up about his favorite Pink Floyd songs. Fans had long speculated what the band members truly thought of their work. But hearing it directly from Gilmour offered something special, a glimpse into his personal connection with the music. His picks weren't chosen for popularity or chart performance. Instead, they reflected moments of meaning, memory, and emotion. The songs he selected, Shine on You Crazy Diamond, Wish You Were Here, Comfortably Numb, and Echoes, weren't just milestones in Pink Floyd's career. They were emotional landmarks for Gilmour himself. Each of these tracks represents a unique chapter in his musical journey, often tied to specific memories of collaboration, loss, or creative achievement. For fans, his selections help recontextualize these classics, offering new layers of understanding. It's like seeing a masterpiece through the artist's own eyes and realizing it's even more powerful than you thought.
Events around the country, and we got a backdrop of the cafe in Hydra. Anyway, we started. I think Charlie suggested that we do these things live on it, up into the sky, talking, answered questions from people online. And Romany and I performed some songs, usually Leonard Cohen songs.
Shine on You Crazy Diamond is more than a song. It's a eulogy. Written for Syd Barrett, the band's troubled founding member, the track mourns his descent into mental illness. Gilmour's haunting guitar intro sets the emotional tone, evoking both admiration and sorrow. The piece unfolds like a cinematic tribute, with every section echoing Barrett's brilliance and fragility. Gilmour's guitar doesn't just play notes, it speaks. The sorrow, respect, and longing are palpable in every bend and sustain. For Gilmour, this track isn't just nostalgic, it's personal. Barrett was a friend and a creative spark who burned too brightly, too fast. Shine On captures that duality, the genius and the tragedy. Gilmour's performance on the song is considered one of his most heartfelt, and rightly so. This isn't just a band honoring a lost comrade. It's a deeply personal goodbye from someone who saw Syd's rise and fall up close.
I think there was a realization that old expectations and rule books of what I, as a former member of Pink Floyd, ought to be doing were sort of out the window, and you felt much would and use whatever and whoever.
You weren't necessarily the only frontman. That gives you a lot of personal strength to present your
Well, I
self.
think that's true enough.
Another tribute to Barrett, Wish You Were Here, continues the emotional journey started in Shine On. Gilmour's 12-string acoustic intro is instantly recognizable. Warm, melancholic, and magnetic. Though Roger Waters wrote the lyrics, it's Gilmour's delivery that makes them unforgettable. His voice carries the weight of loss and longing, giving the song its haunting soul. The track is deceptively simple musically, but emotionally, it's layered with meaning. It speaks not just to Barrett's absence, but to the alienation and emptiness that can come with fame and life itself. Gilmour's solo work here is restrained yet impactful, especially the pedal steel guitar that cuts through the track like memory itself, wistful and lingering. To Gilmour, Wish You Were Here isn't just a song, it's a feeling, a space, a moment suspended in time. It's that ache in the heart that never quite goes away, and that's what makes it so powerful.
Well, we had thought about Rick Rubin and a number of other people who've been around for quite a while that I either know or know of. But I got to the point of thinking I didn't want to work with any of those people. And notion of looking at who was younger and hot in the production world. Andrew had won the Mercury Prize first time out with Alt J, and Polly was saying to me, listen to Alt J.
Comfortably Numb is a cornerstone of The Wall. And for Gilmour, it's a performance that's unforgettable, both in the studio and live on stage. His soaring solo on this track is widely considered one of the greatest guitar solos of all time. But for Gilmour, the real magic happened in the live shows. He described standing in total darkness, waiting for his cue, as 15,000 fans gasped when his guitar cut through the silence. That moment of awe, of emotional release, is something few musicians ever experience. Comfortably Numb blends Waters' lyrics with Gilmour's melodic genius, creating a track that captures emotional numbness and inner turmoil. The duality of the song, the cold verses and warm choruses, mirrors internal conflict. Gilmour's second solo lifts the song into the stratosphere, turning pain into beauty. It's more than a guitar break. It's a cathartic moment that connects with listeners on a primal level.
Love to throw loads of distortion on everything, don't they?
Yeah, I don't. There's a sort of less of a sort of crystal clear purity, and I'm very keen on that. But how they did things. Matt Glasby, great engineer. I mean, he put arrays of mics in all sorts of places. And when the sound wasn't quite what he wanted, to bring these ones up, take these ones down. The cohesiveness of the whole album, to me, I find quite extraordinary. That they have put all those sounds together, and every track ties in a certain way, and it's a different sound. I don't think it's...
Echoes, the epic from Metal, stands as a testament to Pink Floyd's experimental brilliance. For Gilmour, it's also a song defined by his deep connection with Richard Wright. The two shared a unique musical synergy, and Echoes captures that perfectly. The track features some of Gilmour's finest, most atmospheric guitar work, interwoven seamlessly with Wright's keyboard textures. But after Wright's passing in 2008, Gilmour made a personal decision. He would never perform Echoes again. Not because he didn't love it, but because the performance relied on something irreplaceable: chemistry. You can't get someone to learn it and do it just like that, he said. To Gilmour, music isn't about replication, it's about connection. Without Wright, the spirit of Echoes couldn't be recaptured. That choice speaks volumes about Gilmour's integrity and the depth of their bond. Sometimes, honoring a song means letting it rest with the person who helped bring it to life.
The cat is our cat, and who, when it was very young, it was really a kitten. Polly took a photograph of it, and Gabriel helped to create the stickers, and we stuck one on a newer black Strat, the one that is my main black Strat, and deemed that it should be called the Black Cat Strat, which is now is.
What makes a song truly great? For Gilmour, it's not awards or sales. It's timelessness. A great track should still feel alive decades after it's written. That's the standard he holds his favorites to. If their work can still feel valid decades after they were created, then there's a good chance that they are worthy of being favored, he once said. This belief underscores why he chose the songs he did. Because they still resonate. They haven't aged, they've matured. And that's the true mark of artistic excellence. Gilmour has never been one to chase trends. His focus has always been inward, on making music that speaks to him. That personal compass has guided Pink Floyd through decades of innovation, reinvention, and endurance. The songs he loves most are those that continue to speak, to move, and to live, long after the final note fades.
We'd already done two drum tracks with Adam Betts and Tom Herbert at Salvation Studios in Brighton, another nice little studio. And then for all the guitars and the vocals, we went to my little studio there in Hove. But we also used Angel Studios for orchestras and choirs, and we also recorded some choirs in Ely Cathedral.
David Gilmour doesn't romanticize legacy. He sees it with clear eyes. Our music will be played for a while. Then it will be forgotten like everything else will be forgotten, he said. Whether it takes 100 years or 1,000,000, he understands that nothing lasts forever. But that doesn't make his contributions any less meaningful. The beauty of Gilmour's work is that he never tried to be immortal. He just tried to be honest. And in doing so, he created songs that do feel eternal, at least for now. His favorite Pink Floyd tracks, Shine On, Wish You Were Here, Comfortably Numb, and Echoes, aren't just fan favorites. They're glimpses into his soul. They remind us that behind the epic soundscapes and legendary albums is a man who just wanted to make something beautiful. And in that quest, he helped redefine what music could be.
It's such a bitty process. I mean, some of these bits of some of these songs go way, way, way back. I mean, a bit part of the song called Sings goes back, we know, to 1997, where my original demo of what became the chorus of that has got our little baby boy Joe at the age of 2 singing "Sing Daddy Sing" on it, and you can hear that we put my original
It's great.
bit of thing recorded on a mini disc player onto that. And
So what can we learn from David Gilmour's favorite Pink Floyd songs? We learn that great music isn't just about complexity or innovation. It's about connection. Gilmour didn't choose songs that simply sounded good. He chose the ones that held meaning, songs tied to memories, tributes, and moments of artistic truth. In doing so, he gave fans a rare and intimate glimpse into the emotional heartbeat of Pink Floyd. These tracks aren't just classics, they're personal, and that's what makes them timeless. As listeners, we often focus on what songs make us feel, but hearing what they mean to the artist opens a whole new world. Gilmour's choices reaffirm the power of music to reflect, to heal, and to endure. And even if one day the world forgets Pink Floyd, these songs will have already done their job. They connected hearts, sparked imaginations, and stood as monuments to what music can be.